Hello beautiful souls, I am Awakened Soul, and today we're going to be looking at Bitcoin, and we're going to set our next trade. First thing is, we're going to start on a monthly chart. I do have my 12 and 26 EMAs that I use. I also use 50, 444, 200, and the 800, okay? So let's go ahead and begin. Let's turn on our magnet, set some trend lines here. So I have my favorite tools, and the way you get your favorite tools is just by placing a star on your favorite tools. Okay, so we have one touch, two touches, and my monthly color is red. I want you to get used to the color coordination that I have going on, because by the time we're done, we always have a techno party here. And then we have one touch, two touches. So how to get our monthly targets: you turn on your pivot highs and low indicator, and great indicator to give you support and resistance exact price. So right here we see that I need a vertical line. Where's my vertical line? There it is, sorry. Vertical line at highest price action, that is 68,997. Perfect. So right where it intersects, that's where I want to set my monthly target. So this is going to be approximately 12K, 12,365. Could Bitcoin come down to that price? Absolutely. That's actually what I'm expecting, to be honest with you. Okay, let's move this vertical line because we don't need it. So this will be my monthly bearish target. Simple as that. Highlight it so you know it's a target. So my bullish target, based on this trend line, we have one touch, two touches. So the lowest price action is where you're going to place a vertical line, and right where it intersects, that's going to be your monthly target, and it just hit it. Right, 70, this is 28. Perfect. It was, yeah, 28K. So perfect target. And let me remove this vertical line. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Let me go ahead and highlight it. So the beautiful part of trading with the flow is that you could come in anytime, let it do its move, let it do its thing, and you know, just learn to set your charts every time you come in. So before we continue on our weekly, I want you to just observe it, look at it. What's it doing? So it's a clear break of this support to the downside, and we just retested, but we are bearish. Our 12 and 26 EMAs are flipped to the downside. So something to have in consideration, right? Let's move into our weekly time frame. Within our weekly time frame, we want to set support and resistance based on, to get a range. So this would be my support based on the previous weekly candle, and my weekly color is orange, and I do use the chakra colors just in case you wonder. Well, so my weekly range is here. Let me take this off. Okay, so in our weekly, we are in a bullish trend to the upside. I'm also going to use my higher high, lower low indicator. I overlap two of them. One I play around with. I usually put 3, 6, or 9, and one is always set at 30. Right? I overlap both of them just to give me confluence of where the market is going next. It is key to observe when it prints the green, like lows, or the green highs, or the red highs, or the red lows. Those are more consistent. So just looking at it, I'm gonna go ahead and set some trend lines on my weekly, see where it's going, right? No rush. We have the support here, orange. Right, we have a support going up to the upside. I'm gonna use this lower high, and then I'm gonna go to yesterday's lower high here. Okay, so I could give you a bullish target. Let's say the charts continue to the upside. Where would your target be? It would be 1 touch, 2 touch. The lowest price actions right here. So you're going to place a vertical line here. And then you're going to go ahead and right where it intersects, that's going to be your weekly bullish target. And let's go ahead and highlight it. Perfect. And your daily, right, just coming in our daily, I want you to be aware of market structure when you're here. What is market structure? Market structure is based on a cycle that repeats. We have a trend, right? A contraction phase, a trend up, contraction phase here, trend down, contraction phase. This is all a contraction phase. Contraction phase are sideways, boring consolidation areas. Then we have a trend down, and this was a contraction phase. Trend up, and this whole area is a contraction phase. Okay, so we're just focused on here. What's happening right here, right now? So just looking at our daily contraction phase, connecting some trend lines, right? I'm going to go ahead and connect some trend lines, and my daily is yellow. Because sometimes I make videos without me speaking, so I want you to get used to my color coordination. So this is my daily trend lines, and as you can see, we have a megaphone at play. Megaphones tend to break two ways, well, like most patterns, right? So this megaphone, if we get rejected and it looks like we're having a beautiful rejection, could come all the way down to this megaphone trend line. Okay, and that target would be approximately 18,229. Okay, and another great tool to use that is free, right on the left side here above your smiley faces, you have the fixed range volume profile. When you're in a contraction phase, go ahead and pull it from the high. So I hope you saw that. So right, this is our high. So let me go ahead and highlight it. So this was my high, and this is my low, correct? Let me delete it again. So what you're gonna do is pull it from the left side of your high, not where the wicks are, but the high, from here and to the low. And that would give you your point of control. And let me show you the settings, because I did change the settings. So I have roll size 150, volume area 70, but the style, I think 30, right? Yeah. So if you want to screenshot it, those are my settings. Okay. So my first target will be my point of control, right? Right here. So just mark it, tag it. So this is based on our daily. So let me color coordinate it to yellow, and this will be my target based on the daily too. So this would be a yellow target. So that's how I would get my daily targets. And they're only going to be bearish. I'm not doing a bullish. As a technical analyst, you should always consider bullish and bearish targets. The reason I'm not doing a bullish target, just because I already know that if it crosses the support, this resistance here, we're going to go to this weekly target of 29,979. Okay, so let's go ahead and delete this, delete the pattern here. So we have a beautiful daily, two daily targets here based on our megaphone. Okay, now let's move into 4 hours. Within the 4 hours, same thing. Let's focus on our contraction phase, right? Just this area. What's it doing? What's going on? Another thing I do want to mention, let's go back to the daily before I move on, is your RSI. It's really important to just observe it, see where it's going, and there is daily divergences here. Really quick, let me show you. So price action is going up, RSI is coming down, and as you can see, I have a stepping RSI, and I do want to share my settings because I did change them. My setting style is this: the stepping RSI 63.5 for the upper band, and the lower band is set at 32. Best RSI ever. So make those observations on the daily, see what's happening with your RSI, see if you have any divergence. Another observation is price action, right? We're still bullish technically on the daily because price action is above my 12 and 26 EMAs. But let's go into the 4 hours. Within the 4 hours, right, just focus on this contraction phase. Again, make that observation with your RSI, and as you can see here, price action was going up, RSI was coming down, right? So we have bearish divergence there. Wonderful. So we have a lot of confluence to come to the downside. And okay, so 4 hours, we're going to connect some trend lines here, and 4 hours is green. I'm going to turn off the 30. And this is something that I had an eye on, and I did share on my Twitter. And if you're not following on my Twitter, go ahead and follow me. It is awakensoul_369. And I just want you to know that I try to share all my setups, right? But look at this beauty. Well, I guess we could go with this one. This was March, what is it? March 19. It's playing out right now. But more than anything, this was today's profits. That was great because I was expecting it to come down. But yeah, I try to share my beautiful charts, my setups, and my expectation of the next trade and where I think it's headed, okay? But more important, and the most important chart that I want you to see is the one that I have pinned in my chart. This one, 12K, baby, 12K. Let's go back to our 4 hours here. So this is a rising wedge that just broke to the downside. How do you get the measure move from your rising wedge? You focus on your first high. So maybe if we could do this, okay? So it broke to the downside. So this is our first high, right? Let me fix this rising. Oops. So this is my high, my low, a higher low, and then we're gonna go here. So based on your first high where it hits resistance, you're gonna get a measure move, right? Just like this. You could clone it or just move it to the break. So 4 hours right here, I expect the target to hit 23,956. And if you don't know how to get your measure moves, you could always Google it. It's that simple. Everything's online. So if you see a pattern like this, rising wedge, just Google you know, measure move. So this is my target right now because it's playing out. Let me put it in green because it's a 4 hour target. Wonderful. Okay, let me go into, so let's say you're just coming in. Oh my god, you see BTC coming down. How to come in, right? How do you get in right now? So I want you to turn on, like I mentioned, this higher high, lower low indicator, right? And I want you to come in after a break of a big trend line. You're always going to have a retrace if it's a follow through break. So just really quick, turning on points of control. So 4 hours. 5 is key. I usually use 5, 3, or 5s and 3s. So this is a big 4 hour support that we just broke to the downside. We broke a trend line. So my confirmations to take trades is my trend line breaking, my support being broken, and my EMA is crossing. They haven't officially crossed in that 1 hour, and that's fine. But if you go to the, I'm sorry, 4 hour, but if you go to the 1 hour, they have officially crossed. In the 2 hours, 2 hours is really great for crypto because there's so much volatility. So 2 hours should be one of your top time frames to use whenever you're trading crypto. But 2 hours it already crossed. It crossed a 2 hour support. Okay. So what I want you to focus on is where price action is now. Okay, so you know at this point you did all your TA, you know it's coming down, right? So you want to come in, you want to go and start trading more than anything. So the first thing that I would focus on is the retrace. Okay, so from this lower high to this low, pull a fib. I'm gonna change my fib to, and this is my settings for my fib retracement. Just want to make sure it's okay. So okay, just look at your fib. Okay, we had a break. So what I expect is obviously a retrace, right? Because of the RSI being oversold. It's always gonna give you a retrace. I also expect sorry, I'm thinking. I also expect a lower high to be printed. So this could be a bear flag. That's what I'm expecting, right? A bear flag to be forming. Because remember how the charts work. So don't rush into things. There's no reason for you to come in and rush and think that the trade is gone. The charts work in phases, right? So we had contraction, trend, we had contraction, right? Trend down. So now it's in its contraction phase. So it's making something, it's doing something. So wait for it. Let it form. Let the charts show you the next move. Right, so right now I'm expecting a bear flag, a retrace, right? We could go up to 50% retrace, or even back to this rising wedge retrace, right? It's expected. It's common for the price actions to return to the break of a trend line. So just watch it, look at your RSIs. Let's go in. Let's set a. I'm gonna paper trade this one so you can see what I'm gonna do. Okay. So right here, I'm gonna go all the way to my 5 minutes, set my range, right? I expect a bear flag. This will be my high. This is my low. So if it breaks 1 touch, 2 touches, we're coming down in my view. The next leg down. So I wanted to break here, retrace, and continue to the downside, right? It could continue going like this and then break to the downside. Or, I mean, definitely go back up, right? And that's the thing with being a technical analyst. You can't assume that's gonna go your way. You have to expect the unexpected. So if it breaks this blue trend line to the downside, your stop loss should be no more than this high, right? Go short and stop loss right here. There's no reason for you to not have a stop loss. Let's say it goes up, right? Let's say you're like, okay, it's going up. Our range broke to the upside and you feel like it's going up. Wait for the retrace, wait for the follow through, and then your stop loss should be no more than this low. Okay, it's really important to have your stop loss or else you're gambling. And make sure you have your stop loss. Make sure you know where to get out. Just like if you're jumping on into something, jump in knowing where your stop loss is gonna be set. Just look at it, observe it. Let me see if I could paper trade this. connect, paper trade, connect. Okay, so I could. So just going to the 1 minute, so if you can see really quick. See how it's so beautiful. I'm like, it's so beautiful. I mean, just here, look at this. This is a contraction phase right here. We have our support or our resistance, our support, just right off the bat right here. On the 1 minute, you can see this, right? So let's see, what's it gonna do? I'm gonna go short, so I'm gonna sell market, sell 1 Bitcoin, and there you go, right? Stop loss, I'm gonna, and this is great practice too. You don't have to be in every trade. As a trader, paper trade before, do a thorough technical analysis, like if you were doing real money, and go ahead and place your order in paper trading, right? I just made a paper trading video. It's so important. So I want my stop loss to be no higher than, I would say, this lower high. So I'm gonna set my stop loss at 27293, and that's where my stop loss is gonna be. See, just watch it. If it didn't go your way, okay, well, good thing it wasn't real money, right? I'm already in a short. Like I said, I do expect this bull flag to play, and it could give us one more push to the upside and then fall down, right? And another thing before I leave you is remember, okay, like I got in over here, somewhere over here in the top. As soon as you're in profits, move your stop loss down. There's no reason for you to keep your stop loss at loss. So if you're in profits, move it down so it could cover your fees. It could cover, and you if it wicks back up, at least you'll exit with profits. And that's the thing you have to remember. Crypto's so volatile that it moves so fast that it could take you out in a heartbeat. So be responsible with that. All right, guys, may the force be with you, and remember to do everything with love.